Kansas State Math Test Prep Online Lesson Series Lesson 1. In the video, we go over basic math operations. Before you start, make sure you have a pen and notebook so you can write some important steps from the video that will help to prepare for the exam. First, watch the examples carefully and pause the video and try the practice problems. As answer keys for the practice problems, make sure you got the same answer on the video. Watch the video a few times, and if you don't have the State Math Test Prep, download it and practice Lesson 1. Do all of the homeworks and take practice tests until you've scored an 80% or higher. So let's get started. In this lesson, we will learn multiply and divide the decimal by a multiple of 10, the power of 10, multiply and divide by the power of 10, as well as metric unit conversion. So for this lesson over here, we're going to first look at whether we're multiplying or dividing. So if we're multiplying, we're going to be moving the decimal point to the right since the number is going to be increasing. So we're going to count how many zeros there are. Over here, there's 1 0, so we're going to move the decimal point to the right by 1. So 1 giving us 35.6. Over here, it's 2 zeros, so we're going to move it 2 places to the right. So 1, 2, giving us 50.665. Over here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're going to move it 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, giving us 58.4. So for division, we're going to actually go in the opposite direction, and we're going to move the decimal points to the left. So over here, there's 1, 2, 3 zeros. Here's the decimal point. We're going to be moving it 3 places to the left. So 1, 2, 3, giving us 0.852. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3. Here's the decimal point. We're going to move it 1, 2, 3. And each of these spaces are going to be marked by another 0. So it's going to be 0.00, and then there's 1, 2, 3 zeros over here. So 1, 2, 3 zeros, 7, 8. Over here, 100, so 2 zeros. We're going to be moving it to the decimals 2 places to the left. So we're going to get 0.86045. Okay, so here's some practice problems. You're going to want to pause the video, try these problems out for yourself, and then here are the solutions. So just make sure you get the same answer. Okay, so moving on, we're going to move on to expressing it as an exponent of 10. So we're going to be looking at 10 raised to the what power will give us this answer. So same thing over here, we're going to be counting how many zeros there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So it's going to be 10 to the 4th. Over here, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, so 10 to the 5th. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 10 to the 6th. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 10 to the 8th. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this will be 10 raised to the 11th power. So here's some practice problem. Pause the video, try it yourself, and then here's the solution. Okay, so we're going to be moving on. Here we're going to be looking for the missing exponent. So to solve this problem, you're going to be wanting to turn either the left side into the right side or the right side into the left side. So here we have 56 times 10 to raise to a power is going to give us 560,000. So 56, to convert that number, is the decimal point is going to be over here, and we're going to be counting how many spaces does the decimal point need to move to get this number. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to be 56 times 10 to the 4th. And then same thing over here, it's 8, so the decimal point will be over here, and then we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, so it's going to be 10 to the 6th. And then for here, 4.8, this is where the decimal point will be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'd be raised to the 8th power over here. For this one, since 0.24032 is smaller, we're going to be looking on the right-hand side of the equal sign. So we're going to be looking at how can we convert this number into this number over here. And we do this by moving the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, meaning it's going to be times 10 to the 5th power. So same thing over here. It's going to be 2.3, and we're going to be moving it 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, so it's going to be 10 to the 4th power over here. So here's some practice problems you guys can try, and then here's the answers. And then moving on, we're going to be looking for the missing number. So to figure out how much the 10 needs to be raised to, we're going to be doing the same thing where we're going to be transforming one of the numbers to the other. So over here, 5.72 is going to be right here, the decimal point, and then to get 5,720, we're going to be moving it 1, 2, 3 spaces. So you're going to be dividing this number by 10 raised to the 3rd. Same thing over here, 5 divided by, and then we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be divided by 10 to the 5th. And then same thing over here. This would be 75.2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be divided by 10 to the 7th. And then for over here, we're going to make this into 2.5, and we're going to count how many decimal points did we move. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to be divided by 10 raised to the 4th power over here. And then over here, we're moving this decimal point 1, 2 spots to make 4.865, so we're going to divide this by 10 raised to the 2. Okay, here's some additional practice problems. Here's the answers, and then we're going to move on by looking at both. We're going to determine if we're multiplying or dividing, and then the power 10 raised to what power are we doing that operation with. So to determine if it's multiplication or division, what we want to look at is if the right side is smaller or larger than the left side. So over here, the left side of the equal sign is larger than the right side, so we know it's going to be multiplication. And then, as we've been doing, we're just going to count how many decimal points does it need to move for the number on either sides to match the other side. So for over here, we're moving the decimal points 1, 2 to get 658.235. So it's going to be times 10 raised to the 2nd power. Over here, on the right side, the number is larger than on the left side, so that's an indication that what we're doing is we're dividing. And then we're going to count how many decimal points it's to move. So here's the 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, divided by 10 raised to the 4th power. So same thing over here. The final number on the left side is smaller than on the right side, so that's an indication that it's division. And then this is 6.8, and we're just going to count how many decimal points it's moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So divided by 10 raised to the 10th power. Same thing over here. It's larger on the left side than on the right side, so it's multiplication. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, over here it's division because the right side is larger than the left side. Then we're going to count. Here's your 2.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be divided by 10 raised to the 8th. And then over here it's multiplication for the same reason. Here's your 6.325, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So times 10 raised to the 7th power. Here's some practice problems to try, and then here's the answers. Okay, so now we're going to move on to metric conversion. Here's some basic metric unit conversion that you're going to want to write down in your notebook. Okay, here's some examples that we're going to run through for metric unit conversion. So for A, we're looking at 5 centimeters equals to how many millimeters. So the important piece of information, if you go back to the previous slide, we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So if we have 5 centimeters, we're multiplying this by 5, so we're going to multiply the other side by 5 too, giving us 50 millimeters. So that's going to be our answer. For the next question, we're being asked 400 meters equals to how many centimeters? Well, we know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So same thing as the previous question, we're going to be multiplying this number by 100. So that's going to give us 4 times 10, and then let's just count the zeros. It's 1, 2 zeros over here, and then 2 more zeros over here, times, so it's going to be 4 times 10 raised to the power of 4. So for the next question, we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. So here we're actually going to be dividing, since kilometers is larger than meters, and we're being told we're only given 15 meters, which isn't going to be enough for 1 full kilometers. So we're going to divide 15 by 1,000, and that's going to give us 15 times 10 to the negative 4th, and this can also be rewritten as 1.5 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Okay, moving on to the next problem, we know that 1 kg equals 1,000 grams. So similar to the previous question, we don't have enough grams to make 1 full kilogram, so we're going to have a decimal point. So we're going to divide 45 divided by 1,000, giving us 45 times 10 to the negative 4, or we can rewrite this into 4.5 times 10 to the negative 3. And the negative basically means it's a decimal point. So for the next problem, we know that 1 kilogram is going to give us 10 to the 6 milligrams. So again, we don't have enough milligrams to make enough kilograms, but let's count how many zeros we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to move one more time, 6. So we're going to have 0.6 kilograms. Okay, so for this problem, we know that 1 liter equals 10 to the 3rd milliliters. So once again, we have 60 liters, so we're going to just multiply this by 60 also, giving us 60 times 10 to the 3rd milliliters. And then another way to write this is going to be 6 times 10 to the 4th milliliters. Okay, here's some more problems for you to try by yourself, and then here's the answer. So as a reminder, you want to rewatch this lecture a couple times, make sure you fully understand it, and then you want to download the state math test prep for more practice until you're scoring at least 80%, so you're all ready for your exam.